Milk Podcast, Moments in Life and Creatives by Mbali. It's all about a sip of fresh perspective. Hey good people, a very warm welcome to the Milk Podcast, Moments in Life and Creatives, where we take a sip of fresh perspectives on topics, discussions, conversations with my personally selected guests, of course, and some noteworthy mentions of pieces and places that you definitely need to check out. I am your host, Mbali. So let's get into it and let's get milky.
You're still here, and you get another chance this day to do better and be better. Another chance to become more of who you were created and what you were created to fulfill.
This is the Milk Podcast. So on today's show, we will be discussing what's in a name. And I thought it's actually the perfect way to start off this episode and obviously the series of the show, because what's in a name really determines if people like what they see or the product, and eventually it makes them curious and eventually wants them to find out what it is being offered to them, right? So I wanted to break down why I came up with the name for the show and how it actually came about. So MILK is basically an acronym from a phrase that I came up with that basically described the reason why I wanted to start this podcast. It's been a long time coming for me, and I've literally had, I think, about 3 or 4 prior to this one, but they never really made it. I would actually create the content and eventually I wouldn't even come up with the name, and then I do come up with a name and I don't share it, right? So with this one, it's quite different. I literally had to think, why do I want to create it? Why would you want to listen to it? Why would you want to come back every other time to come and listen to more of the stuff that I have to share with you? So it needed to make sense for me. And what I always wanted to know, if I ever were to sit down and have guests, I would always want to know about moments in their lives, about certain things, and the reasoning behind their decisions, and if they ever did, or if they thought they ever milked the situation and made the most out of it, right? So the phrase that came out was moments in life and creatives. That was a nutshell of what the show would be about. But now, when I wrote that down and created an acronym, it was MILC. That didn't make sense, so I had to change it up, and hence the acronym MILK, milk. So, hence here we are, very happy to be right here talking to you, presenting this little baby of mine, and I hope you receive it with an open mind and an open heart, because the point of it all is for us to take a sip of a fresh perspective on a few topics that I'll be discussing. Whatever discussions that we're going to be having a very fresh perspective on the conversations that I also will be having with some of my guests. Some will be controversial and some won't. Some will be funny and some will be reflective and some will be healing conversations and some will just be a really in-depth conversation behind the guest and certain things that they did. I think you get it, right? So moments in life and creatives. Thank you for joining on the journey. I'm very excited about it. I really, really hope that you will definitely take something away from this, and don't forget to contribute, obviously. I would really appreciate that. Now, also when we get back into what's in the name, the topic came about as well, because besides me trying to explain why I came up with the name Milk, it was literally just because I've also been receiving quite a lot of DMs. So when I named the show Milk, it was MILKbymbali. And a lot of people in my life don't know the name Mbali. Only a few, like literally a handful of people, knew that my name is Mbali. And everyone started DMing on something. What is happening? Is there something I'm missing? Why are you now suddenly Mbali? Well, I'm going to quickly just give you a quick background. So my other name is Buyiswa, and my birth name is Mbali, essentially meaning the same thing. But you'd be surprised as to how much impact it actually played in my life for not using my birth name. What a shocker. So initially, the whole name thing was because my dad, who was supposed to have married my mom before getting her pregnant, typical relationships, guys, unplanned pregnancy, here I am, the world is ready to receive me, and my dad, literally my biological father, did the right thing, went to my mother's family, and he went and paid the damages, which is a traditional custom that Black people go through, where the man has to take out or pay damages in respect to the mother's family, saying, look, we apologize, me and your daughter are not married, but we want to acknowledge the damages that we've done that will be incurring because your daughter will not be able to do certain things because she's pregnant and this happened out of wedlock, right? So my dad did the right thing, did that, and what that basically means is once I'm born, my father's family will be able to welcome me into their clan, their family, their lineage, their ancestral, I'm not too sure what to call it, but the ancestral spiritual realm. And they are able to bless me with a name that their ancestors and my ancestors will be able to recognize me with and call me by. So a few years later, they didn't work out. And then my mom got married to my stepfather, love him to bits. And, it was a new start. It was a new leaf in life. We went on and relocated to the Northwest, and my name then became Buyiswa. My name was Buyiswa, and that's how I introduced myself to the rest of the world. But fast forward years later, I turned 21. My mom then decides to tell me, look, your biological father is not who you think it is. He's actually a Zulu man, and this is your stepfather. I was like, wow, okay, cool. Let's move on with life. Obviously, I'm very confused. I'm frustrating. I'm even at a stage in my life where I'm just like rebelling, Cool. I live my life. I then relocate to Centurion, start a whole new life, come back. Things are just not working out in my life, right? I get a new job. I think I probably had over 30, 40 jobs in my life. No lie. And then my mom was like, something just doesn't add up. You get really great opportunities. You get really great jobs. You've worked in very interesting industries, but something just isn't adding up. Something just always falls apart and it just never comes together. One day I'm in an Uber going home, and the driver happens to be clairvoyant. In our traditional customs, he's either a prophet or is a sangoma, but he's gifted, right? So here I am sitting, and he's like, dude, you have unfinished business in your life. That's why things are just not coming together. You always start something, but it just doesn't come together. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, yes. And the other thing is you had a miscarriage and then you didn't acknowledge your child. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is creepy. This man doesn't even know me from a bar of soap. So that incident had led me to go having a discussion with a friend of mine. Well, my mom. So I tell her about this experience, and my mom was like, okay, this is kind of weird, but okay, let's see what we need to do. I'm then now later that week, I'm then chatting to a very close friend of mine, and she's like, why are you not acknowledging your father's side of the family? And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, your Zulu father is coming through, and he's like, dude, what is going on with you? You don't even use the name we gave you. We can't even give you your blessings because down here, we don't know you. Where are you? We can't find you, And this is because I was using Buyiswa, for everything. My contracts is Buyiswa. Whatever I did in life was just Buyiswa Bikano. Little did my mom know the impact it would have. And this is the reason why I literally sat down. I'm like, what's in a name? And because it's not about right? that basically means that you live up to the name. The name actually predetermines what kind of life or role you will have in life. The kind of impact you will have around the people in your life, or what it is that you will be responsible for. And in this case, it was like, so it wasn't just a whole name change thing. It was literally just me claiming my lineage and accepting it and embracing it, and my ancestral clan would be able to find me and guide me and protect me. So it was a lot deeper than that. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I wanna give you something to think about. Think about the name that you've been given. The first question I wanna ask you is, are you living up to that name? Right? Are you living up to that name? And also reflect on it. If your name is Nell, for example, or if your name is Vusumuzi, for example, or I don't really want to get into it, but I think you get where I'm going with it. So I would love for you guys to share your story or your thoughts or your feedback, and let me know if you think that you definitely live up to your name, and how deep do you understand a name bears over your life, even over a brand, because nowadays we do consume brands that have certain names, and certain names actually trump other products because of their names. So it's a really silly topic, but when you really think about it, it can be really quite deep. So yeah, that was my moment that I'm sharing with you guys in my life, and it has actually led me to this point in my life where I have stories to share, and I have to go about it in a creative kind of setup. And hence the podcast, Moments in Life and Creatives. We all have a story to share. We all have a story to tell. And some people could heal from hearing from your story, or even be motivated because you just happen to be that quirky one, that crazy one, that special person that's just like, you know what, I'm going to go beyond and above to actually achieve my dreams. So here's to you quirky ones, here's to the creatives. Let's share some moments and some stories, and let's get milky.
This is the Milk Podcast.
And on that note, I have invited a very special guest today. Hopefully he'll also share a few interesting views on the topic at hand on what's in a name. He goes by the name of T.Vizion. He also has actually changed his name a couple of times actually. Would love to hear the story behind that. So stay tuned, let's find out more about the man behind the music. T.Vizion in the building.
Thank you, Mama. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, man.
It's nice to be the first one.
Yeah, you're breaking the virginity of the show. Welcome to the Milk Podcast. Where we take a sip of fresh perspectives. Okay, we're not going to do that again. But yeah, man. Are you ready?
Am I what?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
100%. And yourself?
I'm milky, baby.
You're milky.
I definitely am.
So does this mean I'm a milky now?
You are officially a milky.
Yeah. Hi, Milky.
Hey, Milky.
Who's your friend over there?
This is Milky. This
Okay.
is my little... Ach man, apparently it looks like me.
It does.
Really?
Definitely.
What do you guys think?
Small eyes, big glasses.
Is that why you picked it out when we went shopping?
You see the combo.
I don't have big ears though.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I might.
So you go shopping with your guests?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't go shopping with my guests. But I mean, some guests are, personal friends and confidants in my life. So yes, I went shopping with your, how do I put it? Not your nemesis, your original self, not
okay.
the artist.
Okay, not this guy sitting
Yeah,
here.
not this guy sitting here.
Okay.
The one that, is special to me.
Alright.
Yes.
Nice thing.
Yes.
Alright.
Let's kick this off, man.
Yes, Mama.
So earlier on, I was basically discussing what's in a name. Okay. I was also just breaking down the reason why I came up with milk, and I was trying to sound profound, but actually it was profound. And a little background in terms of why people are also very like confused as like, okay, how is it MILKbymbali when we know you as Mbaleeeeee, you know?
True.
So, but I think I did a very good job in basically putting that to rest and explaining the whole thing, and that's why the topic, what's in a name, okay? I know that you went through a couple of transitions.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally have 3 names in your life.
Yeah, you could say that. It's 3.
Yeah.
There's actually more, but yeah.
Is it more?
Yes.
Jeez. Okay, we're gonna break down into, you know, the whole history of it. But before we do that, you were formerly known as something else and another name. And while you were calling yourself that, you'll reveal it. I don't want to, you know, ruin that moment.
Okay.
You won yourself an amazing award at the South African Hip Hop Awards for Mixtape of the Year.
Correct.
And something else that other people don't know, guys, he actually made $1 million out of that project.
Okay.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
That is like a big kudos, a round of applause. You know what I mean? That's amazing. That's amazing.
Well,
super proud of you.
That's information not a lot of people know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm a too humble guy.
You're very humble.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sometimes to a fault.
I even saw
You
you
know?
put on a quote there on Instagram that you're so humble because you don't. Was it something about you don't appreciate your dope?
No, I just said I need to pretty much highlight my dope more.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of.
And not insult God.
Yeah, embrace the gifts.
Right.
And also stand tall in it, you know, because you know sometimes we humble is so oversold to us.
Yeah.
Not to say there's anything wrong with being humble, but being too humble, you know, it's easy.
Can be at a detriment.
Yeah, it literally can be. You know, you don't want to be people's doormats. So I said,
no, we don't.
You know, if moving forward, I will be owning my dope.
Yeah.
And I will stand tall in it.
Yeah, and own it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because not doing that, thinking you're being too humble, it can be an insult to God for the blessing He's
That
giving
is so
you.
deep, man. That is so deep. So T.Vizion, I would love to know, when did your music career start? As far as you can remember.
I could say officially a career, we're looking at after high school.
Okay.
We can say career after high school.
Okay.
But, you know, the interest started way longer.
Yeah.
I was still a kid, man.
You were in a group, a duo?
Yes, I was in a duo. I was in a duo rap group.
Yeah.
Where I played double role. I was a producer artist. And then I moved on to produce for KE.
Yeah.
Which is also like almost a duo group, but it didn't have a group.
It wasn't officiated.
Yeah. It was Neo Beats and KE.
Yeah.
You know, and then eventually I was Neo Beats alone. And that's around about the time I won the award.
Yes.
After winning this award, I went on to release my solo album.
And
Which
the name
also
Neo
then,
Beats.
and that's where the million comes from.
Yeah, man.
The
I mean,
million
that's
that
amazing.
I never talk about,
That's amazing. You know, not a lot of people can literally say they made, okay, except for Nicki Minaj, made $1 million off a mixtape.
Oh yeah.
But you're on that level with like Nicki.
I used to talk that line with my friends.
Are you serious? And you actually
But
made
it wasn't a mixtape, it was an album.
Oh, okay.
It was, you know,
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty amazing. So your current project was released on the 30th of July, 1030 Rebirth. Tell us a bit more about the sound, because I mean it's very different from what Neo Beats was about.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the sound and the album that you released on the 30th of July.
So the new project, you know, hence Rebirth, it means, you know, a new name, a new time, a new energy, a new sound, you know,
new look.
Everything is just, you know, complete rebranding, not just, you know, from the physical front, but also the content of the kind of music that I make, you know, and I dropped 30 July, 31st July.
30th July.
30th July.
Yeah.
This year, and it's been going great.
It has. Yeah. It does really sound amazing. I also want to find out which of the 4 tracks on the EP is your favorite and why.
I will say in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And hold it down. Right?
Okay.
So in the morning it's a solo project. I mean, it's a solo song.
Yeah.
In the morning really encapsulates the audio and where I really am. Like
that sonic sound.
Yeah, musically, because it's all of that, right?
Okay.
And then hold it down is, I look at that song as somewhat of a bridge
between narrow beats.
Between narrow beats and tunnel vision.
Right. Okay.
You know, that's what Hold It Down is about. And it's with myself and MT.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant record.
Because I was just about to ask, like, who did you collaborate with on this project? So you collaborated with MT
and KE on that song.
And who produced the album?
Well, I produced most of it.
Okay.
In the Morning was produced by myself. Pronto was produced by myself and a guy called Oza. And Oza The Distance was produced by myself.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a collaborative effort with a few other producers as well.
Yeah.
You know, and I got other really cool guys, man. Like I've got Lerato from Urban Village who plays the guitars on.
Shout out.
He plays guitars on In the Morning.
Okay.
Yeah, on In the Morning.
Nice, man. That sounds pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so when would you say was that one defining moment where you feel like you managed to milk an opportunity in the game?
It's definitely my Southwest project.
Southwest project. Okay.
Southwest Story. That's what the project was called. It was as Nell Beats.
Okay.
That's when I think I fully milked it because, you know, zero resources, zero PR, zero love, zero everything.
What do you mean zero love?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is zero love from like a physical standpoint, where I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
In South Africa, you know. SA's been sleeping on me for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like they still are sleeping on me. And, you know, but I got the most out of that project. And I think I got the most as compared to most people. So I said, that's the one time I tell you that I really milked.
You milked the whole situation.
The opportunity. I had nothing. I had no one. And what's dope is because there was nobody to help me do it.
I know, we need to taste to that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Because there was no one to help me. You know, the rewards came straight to me, which were then reinvested.
Okay.
With love.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome. Well, I just only hope that this, you know, would motivate other guys to also just kind of just go for it and just really don't get demotivated just because some people are not showing love or you're not getting the kind of reception that you were hoping for, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a testament to that.
True.
All right. Well, before you were T.Vizion, okay, I think we actually just went. No, we've already answered that question. But like, why the name T.Vizion? Like tunnel vision. I mean, you were Nell Beats. Nell obviously comes from your name, Nell, and Beats, because you're a producer and you're in the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, why tunnel vision?
Like you said earlier on, I think on your insert,
yeah.
You know, I used to call myself Nell Beats. People thought this guy's just a producer.
Yeah.
So that ate on me for a long time. It ate me up to a point where I felt somewhat limited by it. It's like, damn, I named myself this and I created this world from the name.
Right.
And now I'm stuck in it and I'm not where this name is.
Okay.
You know, and then
so it was restrictive for you.
Yeah, it felt very restrictive. And then I was like, you know what? I need to find a name that will represent what I want people to know. But this time I'm choosing the name cognizant of, you know, the subconscious of what a name does for you.
Yeah.
You know, so and I feel like I'm in a place where, you know, I know my direction.
Yeah.
Minimize distractions, focus on the goal. Like I'm trying to win a Grammy.
Of course.
Right.
Gotta
so
go
right
for
now,
this, baby.
Right now I'm going for a Grammy. So I need to be on tunnel vision. I need to be
tunnel vision mode.
Yeah, it has to be minimal distractions and me and the light at the end of the tunnel. See what I did there?
I see.
So so yeah, man. Tunnel vision is me showing you extra textures, extra styles, extra. Now it's me showing you the artist, and instead of me trying to give you something that's boxed, it's me showing you the musician and giving you music as opposed to selling you from one.
Wow, man. Another milky toast to that. I really, really love it. I wish you all the best with that whole Grammy.
Thank you very much.
And,
Let's get it.
Don't forget us now when you get that Grammy, okay?
I don't think it's possible.
Don't you dare. So we're going to play a really quick game, okay?
Cool.
I'm going to ask you as many questions as I can within the next 30 seconds. You need to literally, so every time I have a guest, it's always going to be like, you know, who topped up the last one. So it's going to be a race to the best or the most questions answered, okay?
All right, cool.
I'm going to start my timer right here. We're going to see how many questions you're going to manage to answer. All right. Don't look.
Okay, cool.
Don't look. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you want to take a sip real quick?
I'm ready. We can go.
Alrighty. Monkeys, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. First question. If you could go anywhere in the universe, where would you go?
The United States.
In the universe, not the world. Okay. What are some fun things you could do in a underground?
Underground?
If you lived underground, what are the fun things you could do if you lived underground?
Shit, I'd set up a studio and make music from there.
If you could ask God a question, what would it be?
It wouldn't be more a question, it would be more of a thank you.
What's the most interesting place you've ever visited? 3, 2,
So far, Cape Town.
1. Cape Town. Okay, you managed to answer 4 questions.
Okay.
That's not bad for 30 seconds.
I tried.
That's not bad at all. Okay. Well, thank you so much for chilling with us, man. I really do appreciate it. But before you do go, I actually do want to ask you, do you feel like you live up to your name? T.Vizion? Yes.
I'm learning to.
Okay.
I'm learning to it. So far, since I named myself that,
yeah,
I can see even pieces of my life and elements of my life moving towards that space.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So I think so that's step 1 is the goal is achieved. Mm-hmm. So now step 2 is me learning to be comfortable in this new environment that I've created. And you know, I keep learning things about myself.
Right.
And that's what it's about. You know, I'm going through a lot of shedding. This is friends. This is friends, acquaintances, goals, distractions. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I'm in that space.
That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, I need one more favor. Okay? I need you to look over there.
All right.
And tell the world who your name is. Say, hi, my name is T.Vizion, and you're listening to the Milk Podcast.
Hi, my name is T.Vizion, and you are listening to the Milk Podcast.
That's right, with your girl Mbaleeeeeee. Stay tuned, because right after this, we will be getting into pieces and places where I will mention noteworthy places. Where I will mention noteworthy pieces and places that you definitely need to check out. So, here we go. Stay milky. Okie dokie, it's that time of the show now where we do pieces and places where I give you some noteworthy mentions of some amazing pieces and places that I think you should definitely check out. And today on the spotlight, we have a lady by the name of Amanda. She's a very talented illustrator and really good with her hands. So she makes some amazing clay earrings and some amazing illustrative stuff that you can find in some crockery and notebooks. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but here is a little snippet where she actually breaks down what her brand is all about.
Hi, my name is Amanda Buyiswa Kandawirikoza, and you are listening to the Milk Podcast. I have 2 brands, and they are Layover Art and Buyiswa earrings. I've always used art as a creative outlet, and I just wanted to have something that was beautiful and empowering for women, a space where they see things and it just makes them feel good. Both my brands are available on the Layover Art website, which is www.layoverart.com.
This is the Milk Podcast.
So also don't forget to check out more of her stuff on her page, as well as our blog, which is a Milk Podcast. And give us some feedback, man. Let us know. Also show some love, support. Go to her website and purchase some of that stuff. That is the whole point of Pieces and Places, where we need to come together and support these amazing creatives.
This is the Milk Podcast.
Listen to music by Milk on Spotify, a playlist curated for the Milkies. It's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening on the podcast. Please don't forget to go on any of the platforms that you do listen to this podcast. Rate it, follow, like, share it. It definitely does help growing the show, because the more love you give to us, the more content we can create. It was definitely fun doing this. Do subscribe to our channel, BYF Media, on YouTube. Otherwise, follow me on Instagram, which is MILKbymbali, and also check out my blog, where I also just give you some more context in terms of some of the stuff that we spoke about on this episode. It was fun. I really got to open up, and I hope, definitely it helped you get to know me a little bit better, because there's definitely more of this coming through with more personally selected guests by myself. We were having a really milky time today. Well, I had a really milky time today. I hope you had a really milky time today. But in the interim, I will see you soon. Thank you once again. I really appreciate you. Love and light. It's your girl, Mbaleeeeeee, signing out. Stay milky, baby.